What up, 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 what up? What's going on, America? We are back. It is season 3 of the hottest sports show. Listen, we are talking football on Brooklyn Beards and Ball. I got my boy Don. We are back in the building. We still got our beards. You know what I'm saying? We still got the ball heads, and we still representing Brooklyn. Oh man, listen, we are excited to be back, y'all, for real. We know it's been a minute. We kind of cheated y'all in the back half of the NBA season, but don't worry, y'all. We are back, and you know how we are 10 toes down with the NFL season because there's so much to talk about. A very interesting offseason, to say the least, at least for a team in Dallas, I would say. I forget who they are. I don't really follow them as much, right now. The Texans. Yeah, we're going to talk a lot about the Houston Texans and all the moves that they made. You know what I mean? But listen, we are getting ready to talk about the NFL Week 1. We know we got a game that's popping up Thursday, but Big Don is in the building. He's still representing the West Coast. And D, man, what's going on with you, man? How you feeling about the season? How you just feeling about anything and everything?
I'm just ready for it to start already. Football season seems like it's been so long. There's been so much buildup to this season, which, by the way, I think is going to be a good season. And a lot of moves, like you said, a lot of interesting moves have taken place. And we're going to discuss that. We're going to discuss the plans. And I want to tell you something. Okay. I started watching the docu series, if you will, America's Team.
Okay.
Listen, my impression of Jerry Jones has changed. I have to say that. I have to say my impression of Jerry Jones has changed. It has changed. I mean, now I'm only 4 episodes in, but I am impressed. I will say I'm impressed. My previous, conceived, this is who he is type. I respect him.
I'm D, because I always, and I really mean this, I've always respected your perspective on a thing. You know what I mean? Shout out.
I hear a butt coming.
Yeah, no, well, no, not a bad butt. A butt like in the sense where I am very interested in you unpacking your new found revelation of Jerry Jones, if you will. So yeah, I want to hear that in today's show, if we can make that happen, because I'm curious to know what this new thing is now with Jerry, because and I don't know if this is a setup or if this is something to taunt me and
no. I'm being serious. Did I tell you that ahead of time? This is I've been watching the show.
Okay.
And I'll give you a few things that I
I'd love to get your takeaways. Yeah, please.
But
love to do that. Okay.
But let's
go
into the show, man.
Let's get it in. Here we go.
Okay. So
my bad. Hey, listen, just so y'all know, America, I'm behind the boards today, so expect a lot of off-time bloopers and so forth. D's usually our engineer handling it, so as you can see, I'm cutting them off midstream and
it's all good. I didn't know we had that. That's cool. I appreciate
it. No. Our great producer, saying Kiara's on point, and she sent that over. So I was able to get that loaded. So we good.
All right. Yeah. So season 3, we're starting off. I think some of the biggest news, and let's just cut to the chase. Let's talk about the Cowboys, since they will be playing Thursday against the defending champs, the Eagles. The Cowboys once again have made headlines, right? And there's been talk, and we have kind of alluded to it over the last couple of seasons, why Micah Parsons had not been paid, right? And we know, everyone talks about Micah Parsons, and because I'm a Niner fan, we match them up against some of the best players, right? The best, sack leaders and just defensive presence. And I think because he was such a pivotal player to the Cowboys, that he should have been paid. It was a little questionable, but we do know historically, Jerry Jones likes to wait till right before the season starts to make a big splash going into the season. So he did that with CeeDee Lamb. He did that with Dak Prescott. And so we all thought that Micah would be no different, that although they're negotiating and, there's talk that, hey, we're close on this end, we're close on that end. It seemed like it was, we didn't think it was heading for a divorce, long story short.
Right.
We thought that, I personally thought that right before the season start, we would get this huge announcement that Micah Parsons was getting this deal. Well, it turns out, unfortunately, that Micah Parsons has gone to greener pastures, pun intended, right? He went to the Green Bay Packers, and he got a remarkable deal. He's the highest paid non-quarterback.
Right.
And I think coming to find out that the issue was 5 years over 4 years, and he winds up getting $7 million extra dollars a year. I think he gets something like $47 million a year as opposed to 40 and a half, roughly. Right. And so what does this do for the Cowboys? I mean, it has to, and I'm asking you as a diehard Cowboy fan, it has to take some wind out of your sails, right? Going into the season. Now, Micah couldn't stop. You guys couldn't stop it. As you said several seasons ago, we can't stop the run, D. You still couldn't stop the run with Micah. But to lose a player like that in his prime, it has to be just completely, I feel bad for you. I thought when I first saw it on X, I thought it was just, all these rumors that it could be, how you can transpose anybody onto a certain uniform. Right. But to hear that it actually happened so close to the season, really what you got back, those 2 first rounds, but really Green Bay is going to be good. So what will they really matter? What do you say about that, Rod? The floor is yours. Take as much time as you need.
This is a safe place, right?
It's a safe place.
Safe space. Safe place. D, I'm debilitated, man. I'm hurting. If you go on my timeline on Twitter, Linden Houses, you will see me, even as recently as about maybe a half hour ago, going back and forth with great angst, discuss, with Cowboy fans that I don't know. One thing about the Cowboy fans, we're not monolithic, right? It's like almost the black culture. Everybody has a different idea of what it takes to advance the culture, right? That's how Cowboy fans are. And especially these newer ones who have either been way too young to remember the Cowboys in their dynasty of the 90s, or even during the Tom Landry eras of the late 70s and even early 80s when we went to 3 straight championship games. So they tend to drink the Jerry juice. And what happens, D, is, as you just eloquently stated, to lose a generational player of Micah Parsons' caliber is debilitating. And it only now cements what we already knew, what I already known about Jerry. I look, Jerry is Jerry. We understand he's all about the being ostentatious and being seen, and it's all about him, and it's all about marketing and money and being polarizing, and that's what it's always been to him. And as you've been watching in the documentary, you can clearly see that. And I don't know how far in you are, and I know we're going to hear your takeaways from that because I'm very interested in hearing that. But I think what it is that the problem is that when you look at this and what he did, and to some degree, we thought at some point he was going to sign Micah at the end, right? Right, like he did with Dak last year, which was only hours before kickoff against Cleveland in week 1. Same thing with CeeDee Lamb the year before. And you say, well, Jerry, if you were going to trade Micah, if that was ever any intent, you could have done that around the draft, right? But that, again, as you stated, Jerry's not going to do that, right? Because then there's nothing to talk about during OTAs, training camp, and preseason. So, he strategically has to insert fodder for the Cowboys to grab and to pretty much monopolize the headlines. D, this is the worst thing that could have happened to us as Cowboy fans. And I get on here and people talk about, oh, well, what has he done in the playoffs? He hasn't shown up. Well, Dak hasn't shown up either. And you've made him the highest paid player. And not only that, but when you look at TJ Watt's stats, D, do you know how many sacks TJ Watt has over 4 playoff games? He has one sack. You know how many sacks Myles Garrett has over 3 playoff games in his career? He has 1 sack. So this whole idea of him not being an impactful player in the playoffs is completely capped. It's trash. And Jerry wants to put out this narrative about Micah not being a player, a locker room guy, and his leadership. You never talked about his leadership for the past 4 years. No one in the locker room has ever said anything bad about Mike Parsons in the locker room. And so this whole narrative that you create to try to get, the public on your side and to then now paint Micah as this terrible guy, terrible character, a horrible leader, as if he's out there, we're going back to the Michael Irvin and Eric Williams days of the 90s, okay? I mean, nothing of the sort. He's a model citizen. Yeah, he yaps a lot. Yeah, he talks a lot. Got a podcast. But that doesn't come close, D, in comparison to what the man produces on the field. I mean, so when you look at why you trade this man to do what? To sell us on Kenny Clark? Kenny Clark, you open up this press conference post the Parsons trade talking about how much better we are with a guy who's going to be 30 years old in October. Yes, he made a couple of Pro Bowls. He played with a broken foot last year, so his numbers definitely weren't good. But at the end of the day, he's 30 years old. You're not getting anything long-term out of this guy. You had a 26-year-old potential Hall of Famer on your team. You have a guy that everybody wants to get in a draft. You don't draft players and get a Micah Parsons type caliber player or Zach Martin or Travis Fredrickson or Tyler Smith or CeeDee Lamb and only to turn around and trade these guys or not pay these guys for whatever reason. You could have done that last year. And even if Micah didn't want to negotiate, which I didn't see any records or anything documented that he didn't want to particularly negotiate, or his agent told him to wait until he set the market. When Bosa signed his $34 million, that was the time, Jerry. Any good GM understands that you start your soft discussions. You make maybe a little soft, tender, what do you call it? Offer to Parsons to say, okay, look, let's start, moving in this direction. Here's what we're looking at number-wise. Okay, let's see what we can get. Let's see what we can land, because I want to lock this in early so that I can get other guys. I got to pay Tyler Smith. He's coming up. Okay, that's your all-pro left guard. You're looking to have him for the future for the next 10 years. He's an all-pro and he's a Pro Bowler. He's made both in his first. He made a Pro Bowl and then he made an all-pro last year. So you can lock him up. He's coming on in his third season. You need to start getting him locked up. You need to start looking at him, right? You do this. This is what guys like Lynch does and Howie Roseman and Les Snead from the Rams and these other guys. And I think I sent the chat to you and to Scrap in the chat telling you how Dak is $50 million against the cap, one player. But it seemed like every superstar on the Eagles is under that $50 million cap. I gave you like 25 players, all stars. We're not talking about just regular guys. You know what I'm trying to say? These are you from Jalen Hurts to Saquon to Devontae Smith and Braun. You got key people who you got under cap. Why? Because you signed them early and you know how to manage big signing contracts. Dallas doesn't do that. Jerry doesn't care to do that. It was never his idea to do that. And what he did, I'll close it with this, D. He was butthurt, okay? David Mulugeta pretty much played him, okay? This is not the 90s. We're not in the days of where guys are just going to conform. You know, Emmitt Smith, when he quote-unquote held out, which wasn't a holdout because he wasn't signed. He had no contract. So Emmitt couldn't have played if he wanted to play. He had no contract at all, okay? All right? And so he had to hold his ground. But when you talk about guys like Dak Prescott, who decided he was going to play on his last year of the deal, not everybody is a tote-the-line corporate guy like Dak. That's what Dak was going to do, because Dak already burned him for already up to that point nearly $300 million at that point with 2 tags and a long-term contract. Then he got the extension for last year. All because Jerry doesn't know how to negotiate in a timely manner. You paid Zeke with 2 years on his contract, but you overpaid him. You gave DeRon Bland $50 million. Now, I like DeRon Bland, D, but DeRon Bland is not worth $50 million, bro. There's no way. Like, you give DeRon Bland maybe $20 million, $25, not even that much if you really truly ask me. I mean, he's a good player, a lot of interceptions in the past 2 years, but right now he's going to be playing in his slot until what's his name gets back. So we don't really even have, or he'll play. I think he's going to play in the slot when Diggs come back, if I'm not mistaken. I may have that backwards because we lost Jordan Lewis to free agency, and he's the only one that we got viable enough to know how to play the slot, because that's where he started at, in the slot. And that's where he got his first set of interceptions when he first took over in that position a couple of years ago. So, D, this is a travesty for Cowboy fans. They're drinking the juice. They're believing what Jerry is saying. They're trying to blame Micah for this debacle. And this has nothing to do with Micah. I don't care if he's laying out on the training table on the sideline. Okay, maybe that wasn't a good look. That didn't send a good message. But that has nothing to do with what that man produces on the field. There's no way you're going to allow that to get in the way of signing an all-world, all-generational type pass rusher like Micah Parsons. There's no way you do that. And then you talk about ski and what? Okay, I promise I'm gonna end right here, D. When you listen to Stephen Jones, the idiot with Eberflus, okay, who's a whack coach. He was once in our building. He was our linebacker coach a couple of years ago. Total trash. We all remember his debacle in Chicago with the Hail Mary pass to Washington, right? And how just completely dumb their setup was in terms of trying to defend that Hail Mary play, okay? That's our defensive coordinator. And he's telling Jerry and telling Steven, we can scheme pressure. You know you're under pressure when you say you can scheme pressure. You know that you're under pressure, okay? When you say you can scheme pressure. You don't scheme pressure, D. That's not what you do. You had time to get a defensive tackle. Mozzie Smith is a bust. You're a bust. You never draft a defensive lineman from Michigan. You did it with Taco Charlton. You had TJ Watt on the board. You could have gotten TJ Watt. Instead, you take Taco Charlton, who's out of the league. Mozzie Smith, bust. Complete bust. And you still got to pay him because he's a first rounder, and Jerry's not going to have cut anybody he's still got to end up paying, whether you're a coach or a player. So we got to keep him. But you had time. That's not Micah's fault that you missed on that draft pick for an interior lineman. Now you make Micah suffer. Well, he ain't suffer. Of course, he got the deal that even surpassed what Jerry was offering him. But what I'm saying is you hurt the fan base. Now you want to tell us that you traded Micah so we can stop the run? So this one guy is going to stop the run for us, who's a 30-year-old defensive tackle, who's most likely going to be on the decline. He's not going to get better. He's going to be on a decline. And this is who you told us is going to essentially replace Micah Parsons in addition to high number 2 draft picks, because that's essentially what they are, to your point earlier, D. So I am debilitated. I am angry. I am saddened. And I'm in this place, D, where I'm beginning to pull back a little bit now. As you can even see, I'm repping my Kobe right here. You see what I'm saying? I'm not even putting any cowboy paraphernalia on. I'm not even going to give them the benefit of the day or the time or any kind of attention to that matter, D. This could be a long season, D. And you know what I want? Let me just put this out here right now, because when we get Scrap on the show at some point, we're going to hear his mouth. I want Jerry to feel it. I want every time the Eagles score on Thursday, and then we go into week 2 with the Giants, and week 3, week 4. I want Jerry to feel the pain every time another team scores, D, and we're down by 3 touchdowns. I want them to look into that booth. They're going to give him so much attention as if he was Kelsey and Taylor Swift. You're going to look at him, and you're going to see him freaking crumbling, writhing in pain, because I want Jerry to feel it, because there's no way you're going to be disingenuous. No longer will you deceive the fans. Not me. You haven't done it to me ever. But these other fans who are drinking your juice, we're not telling you, well, we did need to do something different for the first time. We've never done anything. Jerry needed to do something. You don't do that with that player. You want to do that? You do that with somebody else. You could have done it with your quarterback. That's what you really could have done that with, because you ain't winning with Dak anyway. So it wouldn't matter. But Micah Parsons, Cowboys D are ranked number 2, 1 and 2, alternate on defense, ranked number 1 statistically when Micah Parsons is on the field. When he's not on the field, the 4 games he missed, Dallas is ranked dead last in the league. That's how much of an impactful player he is. No one is losing sleep over Sam Williams. No one's going to lose sleep over Ezeraku. Nobody's going to lose sleep over OC DZU. Who's a really good defensive tackle. He can get some sacks and some pressure, but no one's going to lose sleep. No one's losing sleep over Nealon. No one's losing sleep over Dante Fowler. They're not OCs are not. They're going to sleep well at night when they come to play Dallas. They may not even prepare. It won't even matter, because Micah Parsons is the disruptor that's no longer there. So that's how I feel, D. I gave you my opening for season 3, and this is where I am, sir. So I toss it back to you for whatever feedback or commentary you have.
So Rod, my question to you is this: Is it so? The Cowboys as a whole, what does this say about their season? I know you want Jerry Jones to feel it. Now, first of all, Jerry Jones will not feel it. Okay, let that is for the fan base thinks that they're going to feel it and they're going to be in pain. Jerry Jones is a very, very, very shrewd businessman. And really, he wants the Cowboys to be relevant, right? But not the way that you think or fans think that he wants them to be relevant. He doesn't care about them to be relevant with Super Bowls. He wants them to be relevant being, a household name. That's what to me, that's what America's team means. Watching the documentary, watching how Jerry Jones has run his team all this time, he wants it to be a household name, not equaling success or victories. But if we're talking about him, he's making money. He is benefiting from it. So first off, he's not going to feel it. Jerry Jones is, I think the name of that docuseries is The Gambler and the Cowboys. Yeah. Jerry Jones is very, off the rip, somebody who was, beloved by the fans. His first order of business was to clean house. And he did it unceremoniously to Landry. He got Landry out of there in the worst way. Yeah, it wasn't so someone that comes in first in the door doing that lets you know that there is a certain amount of resolve that he has in his decisions. So maybe he placates to the fan base a little bit and acts like, he just looks back at his son or whatever when you guys get blown out just to show some emotion, but he don't care, right? Because
no, he doesn't. You're right.
At the end of the day, what is the worth?
So in other words, you're saying this quote unquote energy that I'm trying to put into wanting to see his demise, not with his life or anything, but
right. But I get what you're saying.
Yes. In other words, it's not worth it, right? Because he doesn't care.
He doesn't care to that degree, right? And maybe you lose some fans, but Dallas is the biggest thing in town, right? It's still now. Think about it. Dallas in one season has lost Micah, and they lost what's his name, Luka. In one year.
City of Dallas,
City of Dallas lost two major
I ain't mad
stars.
at one of those losses though, but go ahead. Yes.
Well, we'll see. We'll see if that equals victories because.
But go ahead.
He looks good.
He looks
good.
But
you got a 75-year-old immature child on that team that still is going to have to come to grips that he is no longer not only the face of the league, but he's not the face of the franchise that he plays for. So, but that's another discussion for another day. But LeBron, if you think LeBron is going to embrace him and push him to be successful, no, it's not going to happen. I don't think LeBron would rather lose and still be the man than to win and be a secondary player. As much as he acts like, hey, I've been trying to pass the mantle. Not really. Not really. Yeah. And now that you have someone that can take that mantle, you should be all behind him like, yo, what's up? Lakers have been really good to me. They got my son here. My son really doesn't deserve this spot. They got my son here.
Not at all.
I'm here. They paid me top dollar. Now, granted, he has been successful for a very long time. And he had made it clear he's not taking any less than the max money that he's going, even if it hurts the team. Even if
it wasn't going to hurt the team either way. If Dallas, if the Lakers never signed LeBron to give him his max, the $50 million, it wouldn't have changed.
Who's in the chat? Yo, Scrap,
what's up? Scrap,
check your email. We waiting for you. Jump on.
We waiting on you, bro. It's you.
You still got time. Yeah, we only 24 minutes into it. Yo, hop on, man. Yeah. What's going on? What's going
Anthony,
on?
what's good, Ant? What's good,
Yeah,
bro?
what's going on?
Let's
Good to
go.
see you.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I think I'm interested in there's a lot of Cowboys. Anthony happens to be a big Cowboys fan, if I'm
Oh
correct.
man, I would love to hear Anthony's take on the Micah trade.
Yeah.
Anthony, you can put some alphabets in the chat for us,
Yeah,
man.
and
Just tell us
who
your
else?
thoughts. I just
Keith,
went on my whole diatribe
Keith,
already.
if you want to hop on, please feel free. Like, I want to know the old school. Now, let me tell you, watching and back to the documentary. Watching it, the reason why I have a newfound respect for Jerry Jones is not because of him tearing your heart out, Rod, and other Cowboy fans, but the fact that he took a gamble. He believed in something. And this is, I don't know if this is hyperbole or not, but he always wanted to own a football team. And it was interesting that he almost had the Chargers.
Yeah, he did.
That whole dynamic I didn't know about. I didn't know the whole dynamic.
I was not aware of that either. That was new to me too.
Yeah, that whole Jimmy Hoffa thing, and his father got him to pull out of actually. And it's probably best because he probably will be with the fishes by now.
He would.
Some of the decisions he made, they were like, "Yo, this is not good for us. It's not good for you either, right?" So the fact is, he almost had the Chargers. Always wanting a team, someone, and a lot of times we have these dreams and things that we would like to accomplish, but being able, he said he was losing at one point $30,000 a day, $1 million a month, whatever they were astronomical numbers.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And he has stated in that docuseries that he is about, I think he took some of his cues from his father.
A lot of cues from his father.
Now, his father was brilliant too. His father seemed like a brilliant businessman too, as far as marketing is.
Yeah, marketing. No question.
Yeah, right now, it doesn't matter what I say about the Cowboys. You're always going to be. I see the pain on your face, but you sometimes will still say when we talk about teams being victorious, players, and what will you always say? What's your default statement? But the Cowboys are the most, if the value of the Cowboys is more than all of these teams combined. So you took a sip of the juice too. You might have sipped through a straw, but you buy into that whole Cowboys value.
I did. But you know what though? But here's the thing. But in a different kind of way though, D. Okay, I didn't sip it. I kind of like just took a swig. And then I spit it out. You know what I mean? It wasn't like a full gulp like these cats are doing. Yes, I would brag about the dominance of the Cowboys in terms of their wealth as a team, if you will. But I figured, look, Jerry's gonna do Jerry stuff, right? Didn't matter. But I always at least would think that he would not do this at this juncture, because I don't know how far into the documentary you are. Okay,
I'm four episodes in.
So let me just ask you this, because I can't remember which episode this was on. Have you gotten to the part where his wife says something to him that is very, very critical? Did you get to a part about what his wife said to him? I don't want to say where in this.
I'm not sure.
Okay, because I don't want to blow for you, because you really seem to be invested.
And let me tell you something else that was crazy.
He's engaged in this documentary like this. Well, you'll love what Carmen Policy and Jerry Rice and Steve Young and all these guys are talking about. But go ahead.
Well, I saw kind of when they were talking about the dominance of the 49ers, which was very exciting, and how and I didn't really know that Haley was as crazy. That guy has problems. I knew he was, but to that extent, like people are, but he has real problems.
Yeah,
right?
He was diagnosed with bipolar, so yeah, he was a problem. Yeah,
and so Jimmy Johnson, who divorces, who walks away from was married for 26 years, and he's like, yo, I got to devote my time to the team. I mean, when you think about that, that's like crazy. I mean, that's a crazy level of devotion.
Yeah,
but I would like to think that they were already on the rocks, right? They had to be on the rocks, because who with that much investment says, in order for me to be a successful coach, we got to part ways. There's stuff like I know about the Cowboys, but not obviously as as in
Oh
depth
yeah,
as you know. But hearing all of
yeah.
this stuff and seeing it, and it's not folklore. This is real documented proof.
Yeah, this is all real deal.
I mean, I highly recommend the
Oh,
series.
you
It's
listen,
a
you ain't
really
seen
interesting
nothing yet.
series.
Keep going. Yeah, you ain't seen nothing yet. It gets even
I
more.
did see they did reflect on the catch that, you know, when you were a kid, you were crying about, and that brought me a certain level of joy, knowing that you cried like a baby when Dwight Clark caught that catch. I was like, oh, shout out to.
Yeah, that was.
I
That
said
was
Rob was crying. Somewhere he was crying and
well, what was even more debilitating, because we actually got the ball back and we drove. We hit Tony Hill for a big play. Not Tony Hill, Drew Pearson actually on a big play, and we got to the 50-yard line, but then Danny White fumbled the snap. And that's how we lost. We was on our way to kicking the winning field goal. We probably would have won that game, but if Danny White didn't fumble, so that was even worse. But the catch obviously kind of clouded it all. But yeah, but I was
listen, it's they feed Jerry Jones's ego, and I agree with Kenny about that. Yeah, I agree with that. But from a standpoint, Jerry Jones obviously wants to be the centerpiece of the Cowboys, but there's so many other players that are, you know, the players, the personalities, all of that is interesting too.
Yeah,
no, he's saying no need to watch that documentary. It's like he doesn't care about the documentary.
Oh no, Briggs hating. You know, Briggs be hating. You know, he don't like. He ain't objective on nothing. If it ain't the Niners, he don't care. You know what I'm trying to say? So
I get it,
you know,
and no, I understand it. I get it, but you know,
I see you
from a standpoint. I'm sure that all teams during those 70s, 80s, 90s had a lot of dysfunction, a lot of, you know, egos, and it was just a different time, you know.
Not like that though, D. It's not like that, man. I'm telling you, D. When you'll see more into the documentary, but it's disappointing to see that what Jerry did with Micah. That to me was just something that was on a whole nother level of depth, if you will, with the way this man thinks and what's in his heart, like. The man is borderline evil when it comes to.
So think about this. I got a point for you.
Okay.
So when you trade away Herschel Walker, right?
Right.
Now you have to, as a Cowboys fan, you can't give him grace for being brilliant to trade away Herschel Walker for all of those picks and then cut them to get those draft picks. Maybe he's missed his fastball, right? But he has a certain level of brilliance, or has enough people around him to kind of come up with creative ways. Now, he's not great on cap. He's not good with cap. He's not the Howie Roseman. He's capping. Yeah. He's capping, but he's not good with managing the cap. He's not good lately. It seems over the last 5 years or so, he hasn't been good with really managing players under the cap. I think part of that is because he wants them to be enamored and allured by the star in the helmet. People aren't taking pay cuts anymore. People want to get paid. And so that whole, now, granted, the Cowboys, unlike many franchises, there are franchises, obviously the Niners, and of course, the Cowboys and probably the Eagles. There are franchises that after your career is over, you can still, you know, be worth something. They'll have you in places. You'll be an ambassador to the game. They'll utilize you after that. So if you want to talk about the benefits of being a Cowboy that has a level of success and always being attached, because look at Michael Irvin, right? Michael Irvin still, he is very much locked into.
Players love him. Yeah, they love him. I mean, he treats them all like sons, and so in that regard, yeah, that's great. But D, let me back up a little bit on this Herschel Walker trade. Okay, a couple of things here when you look at the putting that in context. Okay, first of all, okay, Landry's final year we were 3-13, right? Jimmy comes in with 1-15. All right, now here's where Jerry Jones tries to skew history a little bit because he's lying right here. He wants us to believe that it was Tex Schramm, our former GM, right? When we bought the team from Hutchinson, what happens is that he's saying that Tex Schramm says to Jerry Jones after the sale of the team, Herschel Walker is your best player. You probably saw that part in the documentary. Mm-hmm. And he tells him, you may consider trading him, okay? That's cap. Tex Tram ain't never tell him that, okay? That trade was solely on Jimmy Johnson. And Jimmy Johnson, here's why I tell you, because Jimmy Johnson had already said that this team is so bad that my Miami teams can beat this Cowboy team. That's how bad we are. Jimmy Johnson coming out of the ranks in high success in college football. He knew how to draft players because he knew how to recruit them in college, and it's going to be even better now in the NFL level. He knew the competition at the level in the NFL, okay? And let me tell you something. He knew how to rebuild this team by letting him go. You think Jerry Jones knew what to do with those draft picks? He don't know what to do with those draft picks.
I'm not suggesting that. I'm suggesting, okay. I said either he has the acumen or he's surrounded by the people. That was a brilliant way to maximize.
But he gets no credit for Herschel Walker. He gets none. And not even for Charles Haley, even for that matter. Thank God we give credit to you guys for picking up the phone and say, hey, you want Charles Haley? Because that's really what essentially happens. Okay.
Well, he was actually, I mean, he was 10.
Yeah, but you gave him to Dallas. It was like a Luka Laker trade. It's like you called up Dallas, you called up Jerry and Jimmy and said, hey, you want Charles Haley? Like, that's how crazy it was. Yeah, they were so just overwhelmed with him that they just called up a freaking competitor in their conference and said, hey, well, Dallas wasn't much of a, well, we were on the rise. We were getting there. You'll see more of that in the documentary as you see us ascend in that place till we finally get to the Super Bowl in 92. But what I'm saying, though, D, is that this is the problem with Jerry. You can't trust Jerry to do what Jimmy did. That's why Jimmy was so impactful to the Cowboys' success back then, because he ran football. And out of those picks that we got Emmitt Smith, you got Darren Woodson, we ended up getting, oh man, I was just looking at it just the other day of all the players that we ended up picking up. Kevin Smith, who played opposite, who's also an all-pro, not an all-pro, he was a Pro Bowler, cornerback, opposite of Larry Brown, okay? Kevin Smith, we got, again, like I said, Darren Woodson we ended up getting. I want to say Jimmy Jones, I can't remember, but he was a big star defensive tackle with Miami. I don't recall. It was a few other players in there. Thomas Everett might have been one as well. Also, I think James Washington was part of those picks as well. Like, he knew how to leverage these picks and build the team. Jerry has no idea how to build the team. None. And you get draft picks, D, but you don't know what to do with them because you don't have the coaching staff to develop the talent. So Dallas always had talent all through them years when we had a mediocre coach like Jason Garrett for 9 long years. Any coach, if you want to talk about a coach that could coach the Cowboys from the 90s to a Super Bowl, 28 other coaches could have done what Jimmy Johnson did. Well, guess what, D? Any competent coach would have been able to get the Cowboys at least into an NFC Championship game with the team that we had during those years when we had Romo and Bryant and even when Zeke came in there, okay? But when we had teams that were very good, very talented, we just didn't have the coaching. So it's either bad coaching, bad systems, or we're going to, with talented players, or you just going to not have the development of players because you just don't have the coaching, D. So this is the frustration. See, you don't have to go through this, D. Let me ask you something right now. Wait, hold on. I just saw it. Breaking news right here. Lynch just traded Fred Warner to the Detroit Lions. Tell me how it would make you feel. Now you do the rest of the show and give me your feelings on that, okay? No, just so you know what I'm dealing with. But that never happened, right? Exactly.
That wouldn't happen.
Go ahead, man.
But listen, all right. So is your season over? Is the question?
Yes, it's over.
Okay, so that's first thing. It's over.
Oh, here goes Scrap.
Go
ahead.
Do you think there is any way whatsoever that somehow, some way, Jerry Jones and his staff can turn this around in any way, shape, or form down the line and benefit from this? No,
they cannot. You cannot. Okay. Schottenheimer's a good guy, nice guy, articulates well. I think he has a pretty decent football mind, but his track record is garbage. He's done his offenses that he's been the OC over with trash. Okay, he's done nothing. Okay, you don't have it. Eberflus is a trash defensive coordinator. You don't have it, D. We don't have it. This team, and you still have a Dak Prescott who's not going to give you anything other than what he's giving you. Dak has reached his ceiling. So either he's going to get hurt, God forbid, or he's going to just be what he is. And we know what he's like in the playoffs, but we don't have to worry about that because we won't get there this year. Our schedule is way too hard. We don't have the level of players that or system, I believe, that's going to help us get over. You're going to see a lot of putrid, generic offense. That's what you're going to see. You ain't going to see a Bob Johnson. You're not going to see stuff what you saw in Philly or Detroit or LA. You're not going to see none of that, okay? And your running backs are still not proven yet either. You got young backs, so we don't know what we're getting out of that group, okay? You don't have and you still and Tyler Guyton, our number 1 draft pick from last year, who's the left tackle. He didn't play well last year. So he got a lot to prove because if he don't play well this year, he's going to turn out to be a bust. So we have a lot of holes. Tyler Guyton.
I do think that they're going to take a page from the Cincinnati Bengals.
And do
the
what?
Cowboys are going to have to put up 35 to 40 points a game to be in it. I think defensively, offensively, they may have a shot. I mean, you said CeeDee Lamb is what? He's one of arguably the best receivers in the game.
Top three.
Now he has help, right?
Yeah,
someone that you really have to pay attention to. So, and whether the running back, and you have Dak Prescott, right? So Cincinnati, same issue. Defensively, they're trash, but they have quarterback, they have the receivers. I mean, they do have a really good running back. So, but it's one of those things. If your defense is not great, you're going to have to put up
secondary points. Is garbage. Secondary, and I'm not a big fan of Wilson and what's his name back there? I can't. Jesus, I'm throwing a blank now. The safeties are just not good. They're okay. They're not great. Okay, Diggs, we don't know. He's not on IR, but I don't think he's playing Thursday, so he may not come back to week 2 or week 3. And you don't know what he's going to look like when he gets back. We just don't have. We lost Jordan Lewis, one of our best slot corners. He's gone. Now you got to move Bland on the inside. And again, you have your pass rush. Again, Dante Fowler. Dante Fowler had 10 sacks, but Donald, they got sacks because you added all-world freaking pass rusher that lined up on any side of the formation. Micah can rush the middle. He could come around the side. He could do whatever he could do. You understand what I'm saying? You had someone who a DC was going to lose sleep over. No one's going to lose sleep over what we got out there now. Thursday is going to be a travesty. And ladies and gentlemen, we already see the star of the show. The king is here, as they say. Okay,
Super Bowl champ.
This is the man. You listen, Scrap. It's good to see you, bro. You are the Super Bowl champion of Brooklyn Beers and Ball. So me and D, we defer now. We listen, bro. It's on you. What? Just you can talk about it. You want to talk about bees or birds or trees or
you can talk about freeway. You can talk about anybody. Anybody
right.
in Philadelphia you want to talk about Gilly the Kid. Smith, right. You can talk about anybody you want in Philly.
Anybody you want in Philly.
Yours. Yeah.
The floor is yours, sir.
Geno's, anything. Silent. Can't hear you.
No, we can't hear you.
Maybe that's best.
Still can't hear me?
Right now.
We got
now
you.
We got you.
We got you now.
You can hear me?
Yeah, yep. We got you.
There we go. The world is trying to silence me. But no, nobody from Philly eats at Pastor Geno's. That's strictly a tourist place. Their food is horrible. You're hearing it from a Philadelphian. Like, if you want to get a good cheesesteak, you can go anywhere other than those 2 places. So,
wow.
yeah. Their food sucks. It's horrible. About Gilly, I love Gilly. Shout out to Gilly. Shout out to everybody. Shout out to everything Philadelphia. Listen, man. First of all, how was y'all off season? I know yours was okay till about a week ago. But how was your off season, man? What y'all been doing, man? I mean, we've been in the text, we've been in the group chat, but I want to hear from y'all. How was y'all off season?
There's been some highs and lows, injuries, some holdouts, people wanting more money,
Okay.
But I think overall our benefit is this, unlike Rod's and maybe even unlike your team, we have a very weak schedule. So if we can stay healthy, some of the key players now, wide receiver, we have to figure out what we're doing wide receiver as far as that's concerned. Okay. But if we can stay healthy enough for the pieces that are out hurt to get back in, I think with a weak schedule, I think we're definitely a playoff team. I mean, I could say that. And I think we have a good shot of winning our division. I mean, to be honest, but that's where we're at. It's been, just some issues with pay and, Jennings wanting more money. He wants $20 million a year. And just the carousel of wide receivers that we bought in. We picked up people for cheap. Will that pan out? We'll see. And
got a good
Moody is still on the roster somehow. We got to get that kicker out of there. We need to pick up somebody.
Is he? Wow. Yeah. I didn't know that. Wow.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, look like things are looking up in the Bay.
Yeah. I mean, we'll be all right. I think we'll be okay.
Hey, what about down there in the Lone Star State? What's going on with you, Rod?
Well, Mr. Scrat, I just want to say, to sum up what my off season has looked like, as I was talking to Don a little earlier before you joined, and D, hope you don't mind me going a little off schedule when I say this, but it'll be probably maybe 44-16 on Thursday. And with every point that's scored, it is my desire for the cameras to look at Jerry Jones. And
they will.
And they will. And Donald even took the sting out of that for me because, he told me really, Jerry don't really care about that. It doesn't bother him. So for me to even put that level of anger in that direction really doesn't bode or benefit me at all. Scrap, I just want to say, man, that I've been a fan since 77, as you know. And I'm going to tell you, I may not be myself this year in terms of the level of excitement and the bloviating that I normally do about my Cowboys.
I don't buy it.
It won't happen.
Is the jersey still on the wall? Is the jersey still on the wall? No, is the sombrero and the jersey? No. To your right. The other way.
No. Nothing's there.
You took the jersey? Oh, I see the star. The star's right there.
That's a piggy bank. That's a little piggy bank.
Break it. Break it.
I should. There's a lot of pennies in there.
Water bottle or something. Break it. No.
I actually
took the jersey down.
As you can see, no, there's nothing there. Nothing there at all. And that's my Kobe.
You took the jersey down?
The jersey's gone, man. The jersey's gone.
The sombrero and everything, you took it down.
I'm wearing my Kobe. I'll probably rocking Yankees and Lakers pretty much for the whole show this year. There's nothing.
Wow.
Yeah. I'm not, in fact, you know what? And this might even sound ludicrous for me to even say this part here. But you know what, though? Hey, Scrap, how about it, man? Go get yourself another ring, brother. Go on and do it, man.
We're not going to say all that now, right?
I mean,
I'm just saying. I mean, look, you guys have well-ran
Let me out, Joe. No, we're not taking that ride. We're not giving him another championship.
Well, you're not going to.
He has to see some other teams.
Well, you're not going to give us anything. We're going to take it. We're going to take it. I mean, yeah, that was heartfelt, right? I felt the pain in your voice when you sent the voice text, the voice message.
Oh yeah.
That was. I wish that could have been done here and not in private because that was, more must-see TV. I just hear it. I can just imagine when you went off that time and the arms was going like this and everything, man. Right.
Right.
But yeah, man, it's good to be back. Another season's on the horizon, man. My off season was busy, man. When you're a champion, man, you got a lot of runs, man. You got to do a lot of publicity, a lot of promo. I done did Kimmel. I done did, I'd have been to, Disneyland more times than I can count. I done had breakfast.
Today show, you was all
Today
over.
Show, man. I was on the View before they snatched them off the TV, man. It's just. I had a good run, man, but now it's time to, as they say, put my nose back to the grindstone, man, and, get back to it, man. It was good, but, in the words of our leader, we got to flush it, man. We got to flush it and get back, what did he say? Keep the main thing the main thing. That's what we got to do, man. So it's good to be back another year. It's good to have, a layup as the first game because, they tried to. I think what they did with us with this schedule, they trying to throw some adversity at us, but it's just we're gonna run through it. And did you know we the first defending champion to not have back-to-back home games? Did you know that?
What do you mean back-to-back home games? What do you mean?
We don't have back-to-back home games.
Oh, you mean in your schedule? Okay.
Yeah, we don't have back-to-back home games. Yeah, we don't. So every other week we're home. That's good too. We like that because I just got to find somebody that got a Sports Illustrated subscription because I'm gonna need that commemorative, whatever they give after the confetti drops. Last year, wouldn't nobody let me get it. I was asking early last year. I'm saying, yo, who got a Sports Illustrated subscription? I'm going to need that commemorative, plate or coin that they give out at the end with the Eagles Super Bowl DVD. No, it was no takers, man. So hopefully this year, somebody will donate to the cause, man. Because I'm not getting.
We just have to take this since we have to just give him.
No, we have to, D. We don't have a choice, man.
You won, so the winner gets the spoil. So we have to hear this nonsense.
Yeah, we got.
I'm not over the top with it. You see, I don't have the Bengal skin on, which I was going to do. And I came to work dressed regular, man. It's not casual Monday, man. I got my business attire on, man. I'm ready to get back to it, man. I'm ready to get back to it, man. I couldn't wait for this, man. I don't know why they serve y'all up to us on opening night. I don't understand that, man. We should have played Cleveland or somebody, but I don't know, man. They want us to start punching on the division early this year. So that's what we got to do.
I guess so. I don't know if we would have won anyway, even if we had Micah. But of course,
y'all wouldn't won.
Not having Micah not only just dampens any hope for Thursday night, but that's pretty much the rest of the year for that.
And then week 4 is going to be really, man.
Well, and then let me tell you this, right? Jerry in the post game trade conference, okay, right? He says, and Calvin Watkins, one of the inside reporters there for Dallas, says, well, Jerry, why would you trade him to a team that has, bounced you guys out 3 times in the past 10 years?
Yeah.
He goes, well, we're going to play every team you're going to end up playing,
That's a good Jerry you're doing. Go ahead, keep going. That's a good Jerry.
About 15 teams, and when we did that, we looked at that, and we just didn't really think it mattered much because again, we're just gonna play a lot of these teams anyway. So that's why we just decided we felt that they gave us the best in return and what we needed for the Dallas Cowboys. And that's what we got. So more cap that he sold the fans to make you believe that there was some validation. There was some kind of substantiated answer to why you would trade Micah Parsons, not to an AFC team, but to a conference contender.
All right, question. Would you rather have had Jordan Davis than that guy that the Packers gave you?
Absolutely.
Oh, see, we could have did that. You should have called me. We could have did that.
We could have, but I don't want to see Micah go at it for anyone. I don't think Micah's who you hope to get. There's nobody out there better than Micah Parsons in terms of doing the things that he does. You just don't trade a player like that. You don't. He's an L. I'm not saying he's LT. Don't get me wrong, because I think LT is the best player ever to play. What I'm saying is, but a generational type of player like that. That's who you hope to get, right? You only see a Montana once every 40 years, right? You don't get to see, what you have maybe in Philly, even though Saquon was on the verge of what we thought he was on a decline, but then of course he gets into the right system and then boom, right? He's that player, right? But you don't get these guys, your offensive linemen and the guys that you see who are making all pros every year. These are guys you don't get rid of to stop the run. Okay. Yeah. With a guy who's 30 years old, or at least going to be 30 in October, who's not going to give you any long-term investment or return on what you lost in a Micah Parsons. You don't trade Micah Parsons. You signed him last year Did you see the cap numbers there, Scrap, in the chat? Did you see it? How Dak is 50 million, one player, 50 million? Because you signed him 2 seconds before kickoff last year instead of taking him the year before. And y'all got about 45 players on your roster that makes up $50 million of your cap this year, as opposed to one player with Dallas. Because Rosen knows how to do deals.
I was about to say Howie is next is like God tier on the GM side of the game. Like he's the Michael Jordan of GMs. You know, I mean, you can't just go comparing anybody to him. But I will say this: I closed my eyes while you were talking. That I saw Jerry. Like you sound just like that's you ever think about doing like a one-man show, like going touring, just doing Jerry Jones impersonations, man. I mean,
might as well. You know
if
what?
you need a road manager, man, let me know, man.
Maybe one of these shows I'll talk Jerry all show.
Man, we got to take this on the road because if you need a road manager, let me know.
So listen, we do have a game on Thursday that we need to kind of discuss.
Okay.
The Cowboys are 7.5 point underdogs. Over under is 47.5. Eagles are favored by more than a touchdown, which in Rod's terms, that's not a blowout, right? Remember you said it was just not a blowout. Being 7 points, 7.5 points is not a blowout.
No, it's not.
I'll start with my are we going by spread or are we going by just W or L? If we going by spread,
either way we good, so
you know what?
I mean, either way we good. Y'all choose.
Our studio with our Brooklyn Beards and Ball studio is being upgraded. That's why we're in our guest studio today. But if I had to, this would be a Donspiracy.
Oh, I didn't get that one. You got to tell.
We didn't send it. We just said because it's okay. Yeah. This is cool.
Okay.
7.5 points is a little funny. Now, given that you've gotten and traded away a generational talent, and you are playing in Philadelphia, am I right or wrong?
Yes.
Yeah. So think about this. It's ring night. It is.
I think it's just banner night. We already got our rings. It's banner night. But
you're playing on the road.
Okay.
You're playing on the road, which is typically 3 points for home field advantage. Mm-hmm. And you just lost a generational talent. So from the people in the locker room, that was that could have taken the wind out of their sails. I think 7.5 points is really deceiving. Based on all the stuff that just happened and transpired in the last week with the Cowboys, this should be a double-digit actually spread. 7.5 points is a close enough spread that people think like Scrap, oh man, we good either way. They will not cover the spread. You heard it here first. I'm going to give my points. It is going to be the Eagles 31 points, Cowboys 27.
27 points.
27 points.
31. You think 31 points? That's a great night defensively if we only gave up 31.
31-27. But more importantly, they will the Eagles will not beat the Cowboys by more than 7.5 points. That's the more important thing.
I would say so. Scrap, of course, you go last. Obviously, again, we give you deference. This season as the Super Bowl champion, and of course, we're talking about your team. I will simply say, and I said this number already.
There will be no pillaging this year.
Oh, there'll be pillaging on Thursday. It'll be 44-16 Eagles. Dallas is horrible in the red zone. We were last year. I don't suspect that to change. Again, I like Schottenheimer as a person. I really do. I like what he's trying to build, but again, he's a Jerry yes man. It won't matter. So my thing is, I just don't know enough because from what Dak was saying, they didn't show anything obviously in preseason. They kept all of what they want to display, all the tricks and stuff, as they said, for Thursday night, which I don't know if that'll make a difference. So again, Brandon Aubrey, who was our best player, the best player on that team now that Micah's gone. And he's going to kick us some field goals, and we'll probably get a touchdown. Maybe the Eagles might muff a punt, something. We'll get into there. We might get somewhere close into the red zone, or maybe we'll get a big play or something like that, and then that'll help because we don't have any corners. They won't be able to stop the Eagles' wideouts, and so 44-16 Eagles. It's going to be a bad night, D, but not for me because I'm going to love every minute of it. I'm going to enjoy it.
No, you're not. No, you're not, Rod.
I'm going to enjoy it. D, I'm going to enjoy it because again, I want Jerry and these stupid fans that I argue with on X all day. I want them to see all these Jerry juice drinking fans that have no concept and understanding of sports or the Cowboys or anything related to football. I want them all to feel it, and I'm gonna go back on their pages, and I'm gonna tell them so. I'm gonna let them know as much, okay? That what you've been talking about and thinking and letting go Micah Parsons made sense. No sense at all, D. And we're gonna pay for it, big time. We're gonna pay for it. And those picks that we get, you wait and see, D. It's gonna be a travesty in Dallas.
Oh, the picks aren't gonna be worth it.
Listen,
because
D.
Green Bay is gonna be good. They're gonna
expect to be good even before Micah. Right. Exactly. You're right. Those are so high. Yeah. But even with those picks, it won't matter. Even if we trade them up and maybe try to get now everybody talking about Archie Manning now. Now you want Archie Manning. That's who they are.
You don't want that. Did you see Archie Manning Saturday, this weekend?
Right? Yeah. He looked trash. Trash.
The only thing good about him is his last name. That's all. He's a Manning. So name pedigree, that's all well and good. But as far as the way he played.
Did you see the meme they had with Peyton and Eli standing there? And it was like he's adopted.
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, he's adopted.
Yeah, that was hilarious. That was hilarious.
Oh, that's good. I didn't see that.
All right, Scrap, you up? What do you got? What do you got for us?
Well, Rod, thank you for being realistic about Thursday night because I'm surprised he didn't throw out his first upset alert. This guy over here,
O'Donnell, right? Yeah,
I'm surprised.
That's where he was going.
It's
gonna be a close game, though.
Yeah,
it's gonna be a close game.
It's gonna be close at kickoff because we start off 0-0, but after that, man, this is going to get ugly. I think this is going to be like a Super Bowl type of thrashing. This is gonna be a Super Bowl type thrashing, man. Because it's gonna be too much energy there, too much electric, too much Eagles, too much everything that starts with E. The Cowboys is going to get it, man. It couldn't happen to a better team on a better night under better circumstances. But yeah, I don't know. I understand how you get about the spreads and the conspiracies and the ins and out of football, but. Yeah, this is pretty cut and dry, man. We're gonna pound them, like you say, into dust. Yeah, we're gonna pound them in the dust. You are gonna see. I don't even know who our backup is, but you will see some of him. You will see a lot of Will Shipley. I might even start him. In fantasy this week because I got him. So I might even put him in there, man. He's gonna score a touchdown or two, man. It's gonna be a beautiful night, man. I was going to ask Rod what kind of cheese he want on this 40 burger. We going to make them no cheese. You want lettuce and tomato on it on this 40 burger?
I do like some cheese. You put some cheese.
What kind?
Put a little arugula on there too for me. I like some arugula.
Okay.
Eagles will win. Can you make a jackfruit burger? Because that's what I eat now. Do some jackfruit burger. Maybe you could just
jackfruit. We could probably get a hold of some by Thursday.
Yeah.
So
Eagles will win, but they won't cover. Eagles defense is not as potent as last year, and that second cornerback is suspect at best. Okay.
Who said that?
David.
Who's David?
Is this who I think it is?
Probably a 49er fan.
No, he's not. If this is my cousin, I think he's a Patriots fan. I think this is my cousin. I'm not 100% sure.
So he's still hung over from the 90s, man, from the 2000s, man. He's still hung over, man.
But that logic is, I'm telling you, listen, hear me out. The Eagles are not, they are light years better than the Cowboys. They just won't be light years better than them Thursday. Because remember what I said, I don't have all of my conspiracy stuff around me. But there's too much money in FanDuel and all these other sports books to let it's so obvious that the Eagles are better than the Cowboys, but the spread is not showing that. Listen, they don't leave it up to, jocks to make the decision. There are other factors outside of just the best team. You're the best team. You're going to march it up and down the field and score at will. Ideally, we would think that, but the spread is a little funny. It's just funny to me. I may be completely wrong.
Do you go on FanDuel?
I don't.
Oh, well, see, that you speaking like a person who don't go on FanDuel.
Oh, I'm a Tom Brady fan. Okay, so who's your team, David, if you're not a Patriots fan? What's your team? Don't say Jets.
He's a fan of the CBS broadcast team, apparently. Listen.
Right.
When I went on FanDuel the other day, well, this morning, because I gotta, see what's going on. I was thinking about placing a bet on the Phillies, but I'm kind of done with baseball. But they give you two things. They give you two things for Thursday night. They give you the the 50% profit boost on your bet, and they give you the the futures. The futures week was this weekend, so they basically give you the hookup. So they telling you here, man, just take this 7.5 point spread, take this points, and because they cleaned up in baseball season, so they giving back. Remember when Trump got in office and started sending out checks, stimulus? They giving y'all stimulus on the first night, man. Take this 7.5, bet what you want, pound us, pause if necessary, and we're gonna get it back from y'all. So we're going to get it back. So here you go. This is from us to you. Gift wrap. A nice 7.5 point, point spread. Take the points, whatever. I mean, give the points away because we're going to win by we're going to win by more than 2 scores.
What's your which score? You didn't give us that. You didn't give us what your score is.
The score?
Because he says if Saquon doesn't have a good game, it will be closer than you think.
Didn't they say that in the suit? Didn't they say that about the Super Bowl? But I digress. I digress. I'm
a Lamar Jackson.
Not
much.
All
right, enough. David, enough. Yeah, block him. I don't care if we're blood. Block him. You name it too many teams. You named too many teams in 5 minutes.
He named
block
players.
Block
him. He was a
Block
Tom
him.
Brady fan.
Don't
so now he's a Lamar Jackson
fan. Do not allow him on this platform. Block him. He already said 5 different players from 5 different teams.
Yeah, we beat up on him too.
This is not fantasy football.
We beat up on Lamar Jackson also. So whatever. He could be a Lamar Jackson fan, a Ravens fan, whatever. He could be whatever he want to be.
Not much of a team fan. Okay. Well. Okay. All right, so we're ready for the score. You dragging it out. You said 2 touchdowns. What's it going to be?
My score is Eagles. I'm just thinking because I'm a bet this as the final score. Eagles 47.
47.
No, not that
much.
Out
of here.
Not that much. Eagles. What you think? What you think? We can't put up a 50 burger?
Why is that far back?
No.
Excuse me?
No, because emotion. You got to realize this: ring ceremonies, the banner drop. Emotions work both ways. Emotions you can get pumped up. Emotions where there have been. Didn't that happen to the Lakers? And I shouldn't have brought this up. But the Lakers, when they got their rings, did they lose to OKC that night? Didn't they get blown out that night?
Oh yeah.
No.
The Lakers.
When LeBron hit the milestone, he lost.
Yeah.
So that happens. The emotions can be high.
Yeah, we actually lost that game. And Dallas got the brakes beat off of them in Jimmy Johnson's ring ceremony.
Exactly.
we got slaughtered in that game last year.
Emotions go both ways. And I know Philly's different. Okay. Philly's different from every other team on the planet.
Yes, we are. Yes, it is.
Just as you think emotions will have somebody like charged and everybody might be hyped, and then something happens. The other team takes a us against the world approach and could shock the world. Now, they will not beat you. I don't think that they will beat you, but I do think the game is going to be extremely close. And David, like now you're trying to match my score, what I said. Block him. Rod, block him, man. Get him out of here, man. You ever seen the movie The Bronx Tale when they were, he was like, get him out of here. I don't want that face looking at this. I want to put him in the bathroom. Get him out of here. I want David out of this chat. He's saying too many things. Get him out of here. I want him out.
Yeah, I don't want that face.
I don't want that face. I don't want Coffee Cake's face looking at that.
We asked you to leave.
Get him out of here.
We asked you to leave.
Right.
Now you can't leave. Now you can't leave.
Right. Yeah. All right. Good score, David. I agree with you. I mean, I agree. Yeah. I agree with the premise, ultimately.
All right. 45 to...
Wow.
I don't really see. I can't really picture them scoring too many points, man. Not on this defense. You said Auburn's playing, right?
Auburn's playing. Auburn's playing now.
That's about.
So you didn't say CeeDee Lamb. You didn't say.
You know he's good from 65. He kicked a 65-yarder last week.
That's about 12 points right there.
Yeah, he good for about 12 points.
That's the only person you play. That's the only name you say in the Cowboys.
I hope y'all got him on your fantasies. Y'all don't have him on your fantasies.
I have CeeDee Lamb.
Okay, but what about Brandon Aubrey? You don't have Brandon Aubrey?
19. They're gonna score like 19. 45-19. And it's not gonna be that close. You know, it's gonna look like the Super Bowl because the Super Bowl was really not that close. You know, I mean that's
it was garbage time points. Yeah, the game was really over.
Can I say something about the Super Bowl?
And he put some cosmetics on it at the end, but that was really 40-6.
I have to say, D and Scrap, I have to say, and I don't know, did we even do a show after the Super Bowl? I can't recall because
you went into hiding. You went into witness protection after the football season. Like
we did one.
We did
do a Super Bowl show. We did.
Remember, I had the Lombardi and all that. I had my champagne.
I think I do. Yeah, it's gone the whole nine. Yeah. I just yeah. I have to say, I was shocked. I did not expect that to happen. Not that level of dominance. Now, Scrap, if you're honest, Scrap, okay, really be honest. Did you think that y'all would dominate them like that?
Okay, I did. I knew we were going to roll because I was telling people we're going to win by at least 2 scores, but I didn't realize that they wouldn't cross the 50 until like the third quarter. Now that right there, I didn't see that coming. I mean, I don't know if y'all knew that part. They didn't set foot in our.
That I did know.
And our territory.
It was a dominance. You completely dominated them.
Obliteration. I mean, that's what I said. I did not expect that level.
I mean, y'all can say the P word if you want, because we definitely did that too. Yeah,
you pillaged.
We pillaged, man. Like I said, we would. But oh, you all right, Rod?
Right, I'm good.
Oh, okay, man. Okay, man. We need you all season, man. We need you all season, man.
Don't worry, I'll be here, man. I'll be here. I'll be around. Yeah, I'll be here.
We need you all season, man. But
didn't y'all lose a defensive back too this year? Who did y'all lose? Did y'all lose CJ?
They traded CJ because he started tripping again after the season. Tweeting and getting into it with Slay. So we got rid of both of them. Actually, we like, you know what? We're not doing that. Like. You guys just won the Super Bowl in, stunning, fashion or whatever, and you guys want to argue on X about leadership and all this. So, yeah, okay, we got something for y'all. You go ahead and you go ahead. I mean, we lost some players, but every team lose players every year, man. It's like that we know where our bread is buttered at, and we know where the money is. That line, we got the bald eagle.
AJ Brown, is he playing week 1? Because I know he's dealing with he's a little.
Who knows? You
don't need him. You don't need AJ Brown to win.
We don't need. He can show up in the in the sweats and stuff, man. He can show up in the sweats. We good. We straight. If he need to take the night off, man, he can. We got him. He's straight. We straight.
Rod, can I just say this?
What you want to say?
If by chance the Cowboys upset the Eagles.
See, here we go. Upset. He's saying it.
No, I'm not. I said if, because you are very, 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 very confident that it's going to be. I mean, both of you.
He has every reason to be. I mean, he blew out the defending champs in the Super Bowl last year, and then playing Dallas. Like, why would he not be confident?
I don't. What? What?
And listen, time will tell. Time will tell. I think it's going to be interesting.
That's true, David.
We do have our scores in, and we got so much more to talk about. But I think we could put a pin in it because we're gonna have Now, interestingly enough, there's a Thursday game and a Friday game, and then then of course all the games on Sunday. So
who played Friday? I didn't know it was a Friday game.
I think it's a game on Peacock. Give me 1 second.
Yeah, I didn't know. Let me see. Yeah,
it's really weird. They start. I mean, because the NFL is trying to get money any way they can.
Yeah.
Chiefs and Chargers. They're playing in Sao Paulo.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Chiefs, Chargers. Yeah.
Oh, that's the Brazil game this year.
Yeah, that's on YouTube. Excuse me, I said Peacock. Tomorrow, Thursday's game is Peacock, NBC. Friday's game is YouTube. And then, of course, the host of games on Sunday.
Well, D, before we close, though, man, I mean, we didn't talk about the Niners. I mean, you did talk about the Niners.
Yeah,
offseason. I mean, y'all play Seattle. I mean, what's going on there? What's the deal?
Easy.
Oh,
wait a minute.
Easy for you.
Now, no. This is why I say easy. This is why I say you won't hear me say, let me see, 45. They're going to win.
Y'all don't have that capability.
We're not going to do that.
I know you're not.
Initially, all we care about, and I've said this before, is health and getting W's. I'm confident. Yeah, this is a division rival. So we are just like the Cowboys and the Eagles. So we have a heightened sense of awareness that this game matters. We can't allow this game to just go and think it's a divisional game, right? I think if we stay consistent with running the ball, I do think in the beginning of the season, until we get some substantial wide receiver help or everyone gets up to speed, I think George Kittle is going to have one of the most remarkable seasons, tight end wise. He's going to have an amazing season. He's going to have an amazing season. I think Brock Purdy is going to play really well. He said, his words, not mine, he was trying to do too much last season. I think he's going to get settled. Since then, he has been married. He has a child. I think all of those things have ways of settling you. I think it will give him he'll be more grounded. He understands he got the payday, that this is his team for all intents and purposes. So I think that the 49ers will be a good team. I think health, schedule being weak based on last year, dealing with so many injuries. Eventually, we will get Brandon Ayuk. I think we'll be fine. We'll be fine. But starting this week, Seattle, excuse me, while I check, we are 2.5 point favorites, right? And we're playing on the road. We're playing in Seattle. So that lets us know that really the books look at us as being a 5-point, almost a touchdown better than Seattle, right? Because you get 3 points. And if we get another 2.5, we're about 5 points better than them. So I hope it's not left to Moody to win by a field goal. I hope it's not up to him. But I like us winning. If I have to give a score for that game, and just since both of your games are one game, I'll give a score for Seattle 49ers. I like them to win 30-19. 30-19.
30-19, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, I mean, y'all should pound them, because who is their quarterback?
Because they don't have Geno anymore.
No, exactly. Geno's
exactly. When you say exactly, you just named the quarterback. Is it Drew Lock or somebody?
No.
Let me see who their quarterback is.
Exactly. So, who's going to get the ball to Cup? That Walker, he might do a few good things, but yeah, y'all
Sam Darnold. They got Sam Darnold.
Yeah, they sure do.
Dare I put the 49ers on upset alert?
You should put him on upset alert, but just be advised that before he got his payday, where was he? He was with the 49ers, was he not? And then after he was with the 49ers, then he went to the Vikings. So Kyle Shanahan knows where the bodies are buried. He knows his issues, his reading. They will disguise, and we have Salah back, right? Our defense is going to come on strong. I think once again, Sam Darnold has decent to good mobility. He has enough mobility. But I don't know if he'll have the offensive genius that he had when he was in Minnesota, right? Because that offensive scheme is top notch. And of course, he doesn't have Justin Jefferson on his team. So I think we'll be okay. Kenneth Walker, they got Charbonnet. So we'll see what happens. They got some decent running backs. We'll see what happens. They got Jackson Smith-Njigba. He's a good receiver, so we'll see. Yeah, but they don't have what's his name anymore?
They got Cooper now.
Yeah, Cooper Kupp is washed.
Yeah, he's kind of washed. Yeah,
he's washed. They don't have Metcalf anymore because he's with the Steelers. Yeah, so.
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all should handle them pretty easily. Y'all should handle them pretty easy, as you want to say. But yeah, who's to say you are? Like, I mean, you saying we're not gonna take care of our business, and so who's to say you are? So I'm gonna say
it's not a high profile game the way Dallas and the Eagles coming off of the news of Micah being sent to the Packers. I think it's more headlines. Our game is kind of below the radar, right? You got the defending champs season opening game. Jerry Jones, arguably, was it a good move, a bad move? I think that will draw people to that game. That will draw people to the sports books to make foolish wagers. And that's where Vegas builds hotels off of people thinking they know. I'm telling you. They build hotels off that.
Don't hate us because we're beautiful. Please don't hate us because we're beautiful, man.
No, listen. Enjoy.
I'm just saying.
Listen, Scrap. Listen. We already came to the consensus that we were gonna make sure that you shine. You know what I mean? And you never disappoint. You always come with great, presentation and, I come with good takes and stuff.
If you stay ready, you won't have to get ready. You know how that goes, man. And any of the sports cliches. But I say the Niners 24, 10 Niners. Like they're gonna handle business, even though. But are we putting a cap on Don's upset alerts this year? Because he's just
I didn't give any yet.
But I'm saying, I mean, we need to.
Okay, how about this? Before Rod gives his score, I will get 2 upset alerts. If after the second one
is wrong,
I'm done for the season.
Right.
If the second one is right, I get 2 additional.
That's how we do it. If you keep being right, then they keep rolling, man. It's like challenges. It's like coaches' challenges, man.
There we go.
Right, so you retain your upset alert, man. But if you get them wrong, man, you can't keep throwing them out there, man.
But I haven't put one out yet. All I said was
it's week 1. I mean, I'm surprised you didn't. I'm surprised.
There's enough games that I didn't look at the other games because I'm just.
Well, we got to remember, Scrap. These upset alerts are going to always be based on his conspiracy theories with Vegas. It's not like
correct.
Team is going to upset somebody. He won't come with the conspiracy aspect.
So it has nothing to do with his overall hate for the Eagles.
Nothing to do with the Eagles. No.
And remember, the Super Bowl. I was pulling for the Eagles. I wanted them to handle the Chiefs. I wanted them to beat the Chiefs. Definitely.
I don't remember that.
I don't know if you remember, but I wanted them. If we look at the text thread and scroll all the way up a year back, and then you'll see. I was like, "Go Eagles." No, I never said that. But
exactly.
All right.
I don't think you did.
Rob, what's your score?
No. We got Niners will win. Niners will win. I think it's going to be 26-19. 26-19.
Everybody going to score 19.
Everybody,
everybody
outside of what Dallas
Rob, once he starts getting them numbers, boy, them numbers don't change. Yo, how old are you? I'm 19. Like anything. Once he starts saying 19, once he gets locked in on a number.
I said 44-16 in the Dallas Eagles score.
But if you flip that 6 around, it's a 9. You're still 19. He's going to say, what them numbers, yo. Them numbers
I
are
do
still.
a lot of odd numbers that.
But
like,
how
safety
common is
kinda
19 as a
need a
score for a
safety at
football
least.
game,
It's
though?
not.
How common is that?
It's not. It's not. But if you have Moody, it could be common because he's.
I can't believe he's still on your roster, man. That is
Jeez,
crazy.
I can't believe it
But
either.
y'all got
there's
that
still
running
time.
back though. Didn't y'all get a running back? Y'all got somebody else back there that's
But
complimenting.
he's hurt. One of the running backs that we
Brian
drafted.
Robinson, right?
Brian Robinson.
No, we got Brian Robinson. Yeah, we got him. But I'm talking about the one we drafted. I mean, CMC is going to have a good season. I think CMC is going to do some.
Yeah,
some
CMC
work.
balls every time he's out there. It's always been a health issue for him. It's never.
And now I
such
think
thing
he
as
says he's 100%. He feels good. We'll see.
Right.
Time will tell. Knock on wood. If CMC can play, Brock Purdy, I think we'll be okay. I think the first. I think we have a good shot, and this is not being, hyped or nothing. I think we have a good shot to go 5-0 our first 5 games. I think so. I think based on our schedule, I think we have a good shot to go 5-0.
Y'all don't play the Eagles this year, right?
You would know. Are you able to sleep at night? You would know if we're playing the Eagles.
Oh man, like a baby.
So you got the
Well,
Seahawks,
I work overnight,
you
so
could.
I can't
You
sleep
could.
overnight. I work overnight, but during the day, I sleep like a baby.
They could.
That's why I was late
Yeah.
today for the show. I was sleeping away, man, on that Craftmatic, man.
Yeah, y'all got a trash schedule, D.
Yeah,
Y'all
we do.
schedule is trash. Oh
Yeah.
my goodness.
So that
That's
means
That's a
means y'all
certain
will be
level of confidence.
that means y'all coming to the link for the NFC Championship game is what we're saying.
We'll see. Time will tell. Time will
Okay.
tell.
Well, Jennings was in practice today, though, D.
Well, that's good. I mean, I think they will come to some type of agreement, and see what happens. I think we just got to see what we can put out there. I mean, we got a wide receiver from the Chiefs. We picked up Scantling. We just got to see who pans out, right? Because we got speed receivers, but with those receivers that we just recently picked up are fast, but they're hands. You got to have
Scantling.
You got to be able to catch the ball.
but you got to be able to catch the ball, right? We don't care about 4.3 speed. We don't care about that. Can you catch? So time will tell.
And can I just share one last thing with you guys?
Sure.
We could end it or go wherever you want to go.
No,
And I'm gonna tell you something that also made me a little debilitated and just so overwhelmed with sadness. Right, DeMarcus Lawrence. Did y'all see his interview on the Pivot with Ryan Clark?
no.
Well, let me just tell you how, and I don't know if this is a Dallas thing, whatever, but remember when he made the bonehead comment about what happened against Green Bay and when he was on First Take with Stephen A. and them, and he said,
You say he was tired?
Got tired. Yeah, we was just tired, which was the worst thing you could have ever said, which I think that's when him and Micah really got into it, because that was the only real beef Mike ever had with anybody on the team was with Lawrence, and their relationship got strained after that. But he says the other day, Ryan Clark asked him and said, hey, why didn't you sign with Washington? Because, Dan Quinn wanted to bring him on, they wanted to sign him. And he said, when they offered you, money, why didn't you sign with Washington? He said, you know what he said? This is what he said. He says, well, Washington is closer to winning a Super Bowl. And I don't think I need to help. I don't think why would I go to a team that's already pretty much there and they could win a Super Bowl? I wouldn't be able to bring anything to them. I'd rather go to a team that still needs to, that's still trying to, work on getting better and anything like that. I wouldn't go to a team that's already right there that could win a Super Bowl, more or less. I'm just paraphrasing with them. And you can go on, it's out there, and when I hear things like this, guys, and this is right after, or might have been, I don't know if this was after the trade. It might have been after the trade, because I was really in sins when I heard the comment there. And it's just like one of the most stupidest things I ever heard any athlete ever say in my life. This didn't make it was the most idiotic thing I've ever heard anybody say. And Lawrence, I loved him, drafted by the Cowboys, played his whole career in Dallas. I thought he gave us some really good years, really good, couple. He was Matt Fat made an All-Pro one year, and he was multiple Pro Bowler. And again, the ties to Dallas. And now this is everything, anything with Dallas is bad for me at this point, man, even though he's not even in Dallas anymore. So I just thought I wanted to share that with you guys.
So his point was, if a team is close
Yeah, I can't add anything. Yeah, I'm not going to be able
so
to
what
add.
do you, and you don't, that doesn't make sense to you.
Right. And they want you. They're telling you, look, you could be a piece that we need to help us get over the top. And you say no, because y'all on the verge of winning the Super Bowl. So why would I go there?
Well, clearly,
Rod, I don't want to connect this. But I wanted to end the show. Do not bring up Kevin Durant ever again. Based on your statement, do not bring up Kevin Durant.
Okay, we're gonna have to say this
because Golden State was close, but they had just lost, right? They were close to winning a championship.
You see, Scratch.
No.
Already.
They were close to winning a championship.
The first show.
They were
already,
close to winning a championship.
You see what he's doing?
Rod, hear me out. Scrap, hear me. They were close to winning a championship, and they came up short. They begged Kevin Durant to come there, yet you hold that against Kevin Durant. But you told me the most idiotic thing you've ever heard in sports was a guy saying he can't go to a team that's on the cusp of winning a Super Bowl because he can't add anything. Help me out with that.
I'm going to help you out with that. First and foremost, DeMarcus Lawrence is not Kevin Durant in his sport. He is nowhere near Kevin Durant in his sport. Number two, the Redskins are not Super Bowl champions ever. They haven't won anything. KD went to a 73-win team and the World Championship team the year before that. So the dynamics are completely different. You can't change that narrative.
You said they were close.
Lawrence is nowhere near.
No. You're on the hook now. So I know you trying to squirm off of it. You're on the hook. Your own words. You said it was the most idiotic thing you've ever heard.
For a player like Kevin Durant. For a player like Kevin Durant,
don't try to
join a team
create levels
with 73 wins and also a world championship team the year before that.
But they lost.
It doesn't matter.
So
that's not the Redskins. That's not the Commanders. The Commanders are not what the Golden State Warriors were of the NBA.
What about what Isaiah Thomas said?
Up-and-coming team with a lot of potential that could win.
I sent it to the group. What about what Isaiah Thomas said about the what Kevin Durant did for the Warriors? He saved their legacy. This is Isaiah Thomas. This is not Donald saying this. Isaiah Thomas said, had not Kevin Durant gone to the Warriors and they got those championships, they would have been known as a 73-9 team that blew a 3-1 lead in the NBA Finals.
What he said. I think there's still merit what he said, but that does not.
But it's still there.
But that doesn't take away still the punk move that KD made.
But they weren't left with that, right?
Right.
There's a difference. They elevated from that.
Redemption.
They would have had to sit there with that if Kevin Durant didn't come there the next year.
No, but that's not.
And
but
proceed
you know,
to
but that's
win
not
the
all
next
true
championship.
what Zeke said. That's not all true what Zeke said, because the truth is that team still won without Kevin Durant twice. They won without Kevin Durant. So we can't, and they won after Kevin Durant left. So we can't necessarily surmise that they would have not been able to elevate or maintain
their
heights.
Well, they won one before him. They didn't win two before
him.
They won one before him, two with him, and then one after him, right?
Right.
That's
what
how
I'm trying to say. So what? So I mean, he's not in totality with his assessment as far as it being.
But
accurate.
you don't know what that does to a team for them to bounce back from adversity and then be on the top of the mountain. It bodes better than being at the mountaintop, 73-9, getting crushed, coming back, losing a 3-1 lead to LeBron, and then you don't have anything that picks you up after that.
Kevin Durant wasn't a piece. He wasn't like an added piece to the team. You added an all-world player. He was the hottest thing in free agency.
So was he better than Steph Curry?
Was he better than Steph Curry?
What is there an echo? There hasn't been an echo the whole show. Now all of a sudden I'm asking you a question.
It all depends, because I can't really say.
You just said Steph Curry was a piece. He was all world.
He wasn't a piece. He wasn't a piece. He was an all world player.
Okay, was he better than Steph Curry?
A better overall player.
Do you have cricket? I hear crickets in the. Was he better than Steph
That's a loaded question. Scrap. That's not a loaded question. That's a loaded question. Scrap. If I ask you right now, who was a better player? Is it KD or is it Steph? At that time, Steph had one ring already. He just beat KD 3-1 in that year before. Okay.
Was he a better player than Kevin Durant? Yes or no?
Who, Steph Curry? No, he was not.
What? So you forgot who I was talking about? You had to repeat his name?
Well, I needed to, that's my way of thinking this question.
Because Stephen Jones? Yo, we're talking about Steph Curry, and we're talking about Kevin Durant. Now the show is, oh man, where's the time? Look at where the time is going. This is a long show.
You work tonight.
Right. Now he wants him to go to sleep. He wants you to go back to sleep. All right, listen. He's sleep. All right, so let's end the show. But thank you for
we're gonna finish this up. And Scrap, Scrap, when we talk about this KD stuff, okay?
He's neutral. Don't try to get him on your side.
I want to hear more feedback from you, Scrap, on this.
I like KD.
No, I know. But the beef, no. I mean, I
think KD, and you don't. You're the only one. You're the only one. You're the only B in Brooklyn, Beards and Ball that doesn't like Kevin Durant.
Because he did a suck MC move that I can't forgive him for.
So I like KD. I feel like.
Did you think he should have went to Golden State?
I don't care where he went. I think he should have went to the Sixers. You know, I mean, what are we talking about here?
So let me ask you a question. They work out a bombshell deal. They gut the team. They leave enough pieces to to have a team on the floor, and you get Kevin Durant. You gonna say no? He puts on purple and gold. What are you gonna say?
Welcome to the Lakers.
So,
but that's not the argument.
How hypocritical?
You see how he's doing it again, Scrap? You see how he changed the narrative? It's not about the team. It's about him going to a team that was already considered to be the best team in the league, and you considered to be the best player in the league, and you went to the best team. That's not cool. That's like Jordan winning all of what he's winning. Barkley's in his prime, and Barkley says, "You know what? I'm going to Chicago." What are we doing? Why are you going to Chicago?
Well,
Barkley?
I mean, now
in your career, you're going to go play with boys because you can't beat him, so you go play with him.
That's acceptable nowadays. Back then, it wasn't. It's acceptable now,
right? But not to the degree of what you had when you think of the dynamics of the Warriors of that time and what they were versus what Kevin Durant was as a player. It's a suck 'em see move, man. There's no way. D, you can't justify his move. I'm sorry. He hasn't won since. He hasn't won since. At least won another championship since KD left. KD has not won since then.
Wait a minute. And so the Golden State championship, there wasn't any type of, asterisk by it. Like, you're not squinting at how they got to that championship, who they ultimately faced. They faced all of the teams in the West, dealt with injuries, severe injuries. They skated through the West, which we know historically the West is way more difficult than the East. And then they got to a Celtics team that was, for all intents and purposes, not mature enough. What?
What does that got to do? I don't understand your point in that. You about when they won their fourth championship, Golden State?
Yeah, I'm saying it wasn't an impressive. They didn't go through the gauntlet of teams to get to the championship.
What? KD was in the East where it was less competition and still couldn't get out. So I'm saying, what difference does it make? At least they got to a tougher conference. KD ain't done anything. In fact, KD has done nothing since he left that Warriors team. He didn't even have the OKC success since he left that team.
So let me ask you a simple question. Let me ask you the simplest of questions, and it should be a simple answer. As we speak today, September 1st, Labor Day, who is the better player, Steph Curry or Kevin Durant? Today, not yesterday, not OKC, not Brooklyn Nets. Who is better today?
I might have to go Steph.
All right. Once again, thank you guys for joining us.
Steph has done more. D.
I asked you. No. I didn't ask you who did more. I said, who is a better player today?
But D, let me ask you something.
I didn't say whose resume was more.
When you say better player, what do you take? Okay, if you're not taking resume, if you're just talking about pure skill, D, Kevin Durant can shoot from anywhere on the floor. As can Steph too. Steph can shoot anywhere. Steph can hit mid ranges. Steph can do all of that. He can shoot. He's a marksman just like KD is.
Okay, so
if you think about it.
Okay, so that's your answer. Steph Curry's a better player.
And he's undersized. So that gives him even more credence. I'm just saying. And he's done more with less too. Okay, I mean,
you said more with less.
Durant had Beal and Booker and still done nothing. You can elevate as bad
Beal?
as that team was defensively.
Did you say Beal?
Beal was still Beal was still giving you at least 22 a night. His average wasn't bad. He wasn't the Beal of Washington, but
he was hardly on the floor.
He was barely there.
He was hardly on the floor.
You talking about buyout Beal?
Okay, you still have Booker. Booker is still a very solid all-star shooting guard.
Scorer.
Like you
He's
need
a
to tell me
scorer,
you
but
couldn't
what
do
is
that
he
with
defensively?
him and Booker couldn't make no noise at all. At least Steph was still making some noise with Golden State. Yeah, they got Jimmy Butler. That helped a lot, but they were still very much competitive. And Steph is still undersized. And Steph was shooting. You know Steph is the greatest shooter ever to play the game. That's hands down.
Yes.
All right. So why is my answer so alarming? I don't get it. Why is he not better than why can't he not be better than KD? Because in essence, now I'm thinking about it. Yes, I'm more definitive and I have more resolve in my the choice that I just made.
So Kevin Durant, you have an issue with his decision making, but you don't have an issue with the best player reaching out to a player that, according to you, is not as good. After coming off of a loss, where was Steph Curry's pride to say, no, we lost 3-1. They came back and beat us. We're going to get right back at them next year.
Steph kind of sold out too. I agree. Steph kind of sold out too. He did.
I don't really hear. You don't say that.
I told you that.
Full-throated the same way.
I do. I said
Kevin Durant
that
stuff.
before. No, I said, but
now,
because he went to Steph's team.
Did I hear that the Warriors are reaching out to the Lakers to see if they can get LeBron? Did you hear that same thing?
Yeah,
I heard that.
Okay.
Then they tried to do that at the deadline last week.
Why you whispering? Did you hear it? Yeah, I heard that. Yeah, I heard that. Once again, right, exactly. Once again, the same Steph Curry is nothing. If you think anything happens on Golden State,
40-year-old LeBron, and you talk about a 38-year-old Steph. Like, I mean, come on. Now, this is different than 10 years ago when they were in their prime, KD and Steph and LeBron. And really, all that speaks to LeBron's greatness at the end of the day. That KD and Steph, no matter who called who and asked who to be on what team, that all had to do with LeBron because they were not going to beat LeBron.
They look like the Uncle Drew movie now. Remember when Drew was riding around in the minivan picking up all his old teammates?
Right, exactly.
All these old men trying to play together, man. They tripping.
Now they tripping. Come on, that's exactly what's happening now, man. This Uncle Drew. We talking about Uncle Drew now, D. Come on, you can't compare that.
Exactly.
So it don't matter who. They don't care if they team up. Who cares? That's dead. They ain't winning nothing anyway. Neither one of them.
Ain't nobody running with OKC, man. Them dudes run a mile a minute, man. Ain't nobody running with them kids, man.
Exactly.
Well, I think OKC has another year probably at max before the apron. The apron's going to catch everybody. The apron is going to catch everybody.
They don't want to see Luka, son. They don't want to see Luka.
They don't want to see Luka do what?
They don't want to see
Luka and who? Luka and who though?
Luka. It's just Luka. You ain't got to worry. It ain't about the other Lakers. It's just Luka. They don't want to see Luka, bro. Listen,
Luka ain't enough.
They still, even though they won a championship, they still waking up in sweat thinking about when Luka bounced them boys and he was in Dallas.
They took Luka to the laboratory and gave him whatever made him lose 100 pounds in 5 days. Did they put a defensive program into him? Because if he can't play defense,
block shots and getting steals over there in the EuroLeague. You ain't seeing that over there. You don't see how nice he looking over there. How he is balling his break
in the EuroLeague.
But D, it don't. So you trying to say he can't do that?
Where's my soldier built?
He hasn't been doing that in the NBA. He hasn't been doing that in the NBA. He's a 5-time first team All NBA.
EuroLeague, right?
What's wrong with? I'm saying, but he does that in the NBA too.
He blocks shots.
He hasn't done that in the NBA.
Wait. He blocks shots.
Bonnie or something.
He might have blocked a shot or
in the
two.
NBA.
He might have blocked 1 or 2 shots in the NBA.
Yeah, thank you, Scrap. He has
1 or 2.
1 or 2. He's been in the league for 15 years. 1 or 2. Good for him. Luka's looking good, man. He's on a regimen. He's looking good, but he doesn't have enough. And if
I get a little Luka love, I can get a little Luka love.
That 40-year-old child holds out and he is not cooperative with the team.
LeBron is signed already.
No, of course he is. But is he ready to pass that torch, that mantle to Luka and say, "Yo, it's your team"?
Honestly, I believe he is. I believe he is. You'll see that.
Time will tell. October. We're about we got about 45 days till we'll see. We'll see what's up. I mean, well, no, September. The league starts in October.
Luka ain't got the dunk. Steph ain't never dunked. Guys don't dunk. KD don't dunk and dunk. Guys don't even dunk anymore. They don't dunk. It's all about
he doesn't dunk. He doesn't. But all of a sudden, he's the shot blocker. He's he's blocking shots, but he can't dunk. Get out of here, man. The dude, listen, he is if you remember, PlayStation, he's like a double dribble kind of player. Remember how slow they are? But he's a great player, but he's not a super fast player that's going to ball
that's
out.
What makes him so great. So what? Jokic is the same way. So what?
Exactly.
Right.
No, great player. But you're trying to make him this, this defensive guru and a scoring machine. He's not that.
No, I ain't see all that. I'm just saying. But I'm saying, but to even see him block a shot, look like he's playing some defense. Like, I think everything that Nico and the organization, the Mavericks, said he couldn't become because they said
he's focusing on that.
He's focusing in on that now. Now, what I'm saying. So, I mean, you give him a little love for that. I ain't saying he's going to be all NBA defensive team, all NBA. But I'm saying, he'll but it's good that he's at least focusing on it. Lost the weight. Still looks good. Still shooting. Still looking smooth.
Looks good. He does.
He looks good. He does. Yeah, that's all. See, that's all I want.
Hey, listen.
Come on, man.
You guys will win. You guys will win 30 games this year.
You and Scrap this year anyway, man.
Congratulations, you'll win 30 games this year. And I don't know what happened to Scrap. He jumped off. He heard enough.
Scrap had to go to work.
He heard enough of this nonsense.
Yeah, he had enough.
In any case, let's end the show because I tried to end several times. You kept drawing me back in with and then when I gave you a comparison about Kevin Durant, you went off on the deep end. But in any case, it's good. Season 3, man, we're back. We're back. Football is back.
We're back.
2.5 days, 3 days. We got football again. You'll hear from us. You'll see us. Lord willing, we'll be talking about everything NBA, NFL, a really good tennis match. Well, I thought it was going to be a good tennis match. Hey, Cheryl, how you doing? I thought it was going to be a great tennis match, and it wound up being a dud. Coco Gauff and Naomi Osaka played. Naomi beat her in straight sets, so it was.
Okay, it wasn't much of a competition. My cousin was asking me if I saw the. I ain't gonna lie, I'm not into tennis as much. I do like the women's tennis. I do think it's cool, but I just didn't follow it enough to even know that they were on. So
so it was a big match, but it was kind of lackluster.
Really? Yeah, because I like Coco. I thought I would want her to win. So, yeah.
Naomi's good too. Both of them are good players. They'll be fine. Hey, listen, they'll be okay.
They'll be fine. Oh yeah, they'll be good. They're still getting bread, so
they still exactly. They are okay.
They're okay. It's all right.
They are all right. They're not.
That's a sport. Even if you're losing, you're winning, so you're good.
That's absolutely right. But good seeing you. Shout out to Scrap. Shout out to everyone that joined us today. We will be back and we will discuss all of the games week 1.
Yes.
Next time you see us. Until then, everybody, peace.
Peace. Well, hold on, D.
Let's do that again.
Wait, we got to do the peace. This is why I can't control.
It's okay. We're in a listen, guys. When there is we're off the air, are we?
Yeah. No. We're still on the air.
Are we still on the air? Okay.
Yeah, we're still on the air.
So this is what happens when you get rusty. You just got to
get
You got to get the mojo back.
Rusty because I don't ever run the board, so I don't even. It ain't even rust. It's just
It's all
me
good.
not know what I'm doing. All right, so we'll try it again. All right, so we're gonna do it. Peace. No.
So until next time, everybody. Thanks for joining us. Like, share, subscribe to our Facebook, YouTube page. This was a longer show than anticipated, but we have to talk about all the stuff and
check
out Jerry Jones' documentary. Check out all of that.
Yeah,
we'll see
start
what
off
happens
with that
Thursday.
next time when we talk again. I still didn't get your takes on that. I'm really
Okay, yeah, we'll start off with that. I don't mind talking about.
watch some
I'm
more.
watch some more so I can have more of a yeah. Until next time, everybody. Peace.
Peace.